I'm gonna go ahead and get started. It's up to you if you want to leave your video on or not. It helps me as the instructor to look at you guys. I'm gonna be modeling most of the class, but as always, anything, if I'm going too fast, whatever, just let me know. And welcome. We're gonna start on our back. So let's go ahead. And just lean all the way back. As you lean all the way back, bring your knees into the chest and just kind of hug them in. If you feel like bringing any movement into this pose, go ahead and do so. If you just want to kind of hold nice and tight to your knees, feeling the extension on your back. And then we're going to release the knees, set the arms by the sides, and then we're going to extend the legs to the sky. Just hurting a little bit the flow. If you want any movement here, circle with the ankles, wiggle your toes, whatever feels good to you. Now we're going to bring the knees back into the chest, hug them in, and this time we're going to try to bring the shoulders up. Engaging a little bit of the core here. Nice and tight. We're going to leave this right knee in. We're going to extend the left leg long alongside the mat. You can keep the heel hovering, or you can set that left heel down on the ground. It's your choice. Keep the toes pointing up. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you release that knee and your fingertips going to the front of the room, waking up a little bit more. Now we're just going to switch. Left knee is going to come in. Right leg is going to extend nice and long. And bring both knees to the chest. And we're just going to set the feet on the mat. Knees are bent. You're planted on the ground. Make sure that most of the weight is on your heel. Get your hands by your body, alongside your body. You're going to lift the hips nice and high. As we lift the hips, kind of walk the shoulders underneath you, and then send the arms overhead. Take a big inhale here, and as you exhale, lower the hips and bring the arms by your side. The arms back. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So take it nice and strong, nice and slow. Don't rush this movement. So when your hips are high, really high, you can feel it on your heels. They're pressing against the ground, and as you release, keep the spine and chest really comfortable. Connect with the breath. One more here. When we get the top, here. Maybe a little bit higher, just an inch higher. Feel the hips reaching towards the sky. And then release everything down to the ground. Bring into our reclining pigeon, where the right knee comes into the chest and then opens up. Take the right hand and gently press that. Like the toes. Let us take it to the full extension of the pose. Whatever works for you, maybe your hands are holding the back of your thigh or your shin. And once you get here, make sure that you're not rolling onto the right side of your hips. Find that midline so you can stretch the right hip. Keep the back nice and long. Waking up the body. Another deep breath in here. And as we exhale, let's take it to a twist. We're gonna let the knees, we're gonna let the legs go on to the left side. You can keep the legs where they are. If this doesn't work for you, you can always stack knee on top of knee. Find that you don't need to twist. Keeping that side, the right side of the spine, really nice and long. The center and the feet back on the ground. We're going to come into our forearms. Come onto your forearms here. I'm going to bring the heels together. Kind of like first position on the leg feet. I'm going to work the core a little bit here, making sure that I'm not caving. Chest is nice and high. Just going to extend my legs, 45-degree angle, and then bring it back. And now those heels are really pressing against each other. You can feel it on your legs as well. Again, this is your breath. So as fast or as slow as you want to take it, always full movement, always full extension, flexion. 5 more here. 3, 2, 1. Hold. Maybe lower the heels just an inch. Nice mellow flow. So wake up the belly. And then bring the knees to the chest. Let's come all the way down. Plant your feet. We have our climbing pigeon on our second side. So the left foot is going to cross. Goes up. Now whenever you're ready, ground. I like to use my elbow, in this case my left elbow, kind of off that leg. Feel a little that stretch. And check, constantly checking we're going to the left. Keep the shoulders nice. And then we're going to take it to the twist. And this is your Saturday morning practice. Maybe this is your day off and you just want to relax. Keep that intention. You feel that when it's stronger class, there's always a chance. Feel that you want to skip planking, chaturanga, always your choice. Take it back to center. Correction is going to go all the way to our belly. Turn onto your belly. And as you turn onto your belly, send the hips back for a child's pose. Knees are nice and wide. Arms are reaching forward. Maybe if your forehead is down on the ground, you can just kind of walk side to side. And we're going to move to a folded knee pose. So the only change that we're going to do right now is bring the knees together. Instead of our knees being wide, close to each other. And then we're just going to sit on our heels. Walk the hands back, sit on your heels. Beautiful. We're going to do cat-cow here. So as we inhale, we're going to roll the shoulders back, open up the chest. Exhale, bring them in. Inhale again. Exhale. You can exaggerate the movement any amount. back to center, and from here, back down into a folded leaf. Walk the hands forward. We're going to move. So from folded leaf, we're going to take it all the way up into our cobra pose. And then back into a folded leaf. So inhale, deep inhale all the way up to cobra, making sure that the chest is forward, the shoulders are back, the heels are kind of touching each other if possible. And then as you exhale, inhale and exhale. Great movement. The last one, we're going to stay in our cobra pose. Maybe if you feel like you can bring the thighs off the ground and come into your full up dog. And then tuck the toes under. You have a choice always as we transition into down dog. You can bring the knees down, go back to child's pose, and then down dog, or take it directly into your down dog. Allow the head to be really, really heavy. Press the ground. Send the shoulders back. Send the hips back. You can take this first down dog. First, Vishwanasana with the knees bent. And letting the hamstrings acclimate before we get the movement. As you inhale, we're going to shift into a plank pose. Knees on the mat or off the mat. Your choice. Make sure that if your knees are on the mat, you're not caving your spine. And then we're going to send them right back into the down dog. Again, we can transition to a child's pose and then to a down dog or to a find the next inhale, shift into a plank pose. Nice and strong. Feel the energy that's coming up the arms, not down towards your joints. Then bring the knees down to the ground, find tabletop. And a little bit of buoyancy in this pose. Tend to collapse as we come into tabletop. Gaze your belly. Nice and flat. Your hips are square. Fingertips are opening a little bit slightly to the sides. Let's extend that right leg back and then lift it as high as your hip. Very mindful that the right hip point is in line with the left hip point. Good. Then we're just going to bring the knee to the chest, but we're going to do a little bit differently. We're going to keep both hands down on the ground. We're going to bend that knee first and then bring it in. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, bend. Bring it in. And then send it back. It's a little bit of extra work. That's just bending the knee and bring it into the chest. Your choice. If you feel comfortable, you want to add an extra, you can always extend that opposite limb, that left arm, and bring it to the movement. Your choice. There's a 2 more here. You feel as you extend, reaching from your heel, and as you bring the knee to the chest, emptying completely, then set it down. Let's go directly into our second side. Left leg back, eyes the hip, bend the knee. Find your inhale here, exhale. Inhale back, exhale. Very nice, very graceful movement. Full of intention. Same choice as before. If you feel that you can add that opposite limb, go ahead and do so. Just don't collapse into your left wrist. The last one, bring the knee into the chest, really curve that spine, and then set the knee down to the ground. Let's open up the shoulders from here. Take an inhale, sweep up the right arm to the side. Exhale, thread it under. Find the pose that works for your arms here. Most of us have that left arm extended overhead. Try not to open up the chest. So the chest is facing down. The hips nice and high. And we're going to transition back into our tabletop. So next, inhale, sweep the right arm. Exhale, bring it to tabletop. Take it to the second side. Inhale, open up. Exhale, thread it. Take the same option with the arm you did on the other side. Find that stretch. Gentle stretch. Then as we take an inhale, sweep it up again. Exhale, back to your tabletop. We're going to find plank pose again. You be on your knees, off your knees, your choice. Tuck the toes under, send them back, down facing dog. Come high onto your tiptoes, bend the knees, gaze between your hands, step lightly up between the hands. Hold here. Release the head. Let's try that bend on the knees. Release the hamstrings. Maybe you want to wrap your arms around your legs. So the fingertips to the ground, come up halfway, guard up, gaze forward. The fingertips, remember, they have to be in contact with something. Bring the chest forward, the shoulders back. Very flat spine. Exhale, hold and release. Now engage all your 10 toes. Root your feet, press the ground away with your feet and take it all the way up. So sweep the arms up all the way up to standing. And then take a moment here before we move on. Close your eyes. You have an intention for your class today. Something speaks to your heart. Come to the surface now. I'm going to take it to you a couple salutation aids. I'm going to be skipping the chaturangas, but if you feel that you need them today, go ahead and take a big inhale, sweep the arms up, really feel yourself reaching through your fingertips. Maybe your fingers can interlace a small back here. And as you exhale, swan dive all the way down. Fingertips down to the ground. Take a moment to release your head here. Inhale, hard gaze forward. Exhale, I'm going to plant the hands and step back to my plank pose. Taking that energy away from the wrist and wrap my arms. If you want to do your chaturanga, take it right now. If not, let's just take it back to down. We can always transition as we did before. Back into your child's pose and then your down dog. Couple breaths here. Get high onto your tiptoes, bend the knees, step or hop. I was going to hop, but then all kind of dream scenarios come into my mind that I'm going to be crashing into everything that's around me. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, flow. Inhale, take it all the way up to standing. And exhale, release. Now it's going to be recorded, so I don't want to do that. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, pull forward. Inhale, arm halfway. Exhale, pull forward. Step it back. Chaturanga or medium down dog. Take a couple breaths in down dog. Connecting with the breath. Then we're going to take it all the way to the top of the mat. Come up halfway. Exhale, release the head. Inhale, rise up all the way to the top. Inhale, stretch. Exhale. Let's do that one more time. A big inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Now I want you to plant your hands down the ground, plant your fingertips down the ground. Let's step that left foot back. We're in a runner's lunge now. Gonna bring that back knee down to the ground, uncurl your toes. Big inhale, sweep the arms up. Making sure that your spine is nice and long. So don't try to do this. Bring out that back leg. Relaxing the shoulder, but reaching through your middle finger here. Exhale, bring the hands down to the ground. We're gonna step it back to a down dog. And then without lifting the leg, we're gonna step that left foot between the hands. You can come down to your knees to do so if you need to. For this one, we're going to keep that back knee off the ground, making sure that your hips are not up here, they're down here. Right fingertips stay where they are. You can plant your hand if you want to, or take it to a twist. This will inhale, twist it up. Mindful of the right hip, that's not collapsing. Really keep that back knee extended. Reach through those left fingertips to the sky, get out of your right wrist. Then bring it down to the ground. We're going to step the back foot all the way to meet the front foot. And fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, take it all the way to the top. And as we exhale, fold forward. Fold forward. Bend your fingertips, step the right foot back. Bring the back knee down to the ground. Inhale, sweep the arms up. The shoulders are relaxing. Bring the hands down to the ground. Step it back to down dog. Then step the right foot between the hands. Get that back knee off the mat. Fingertips plant, or the whole hand plants on the ground. Left hand inhale, with the right arm up. Get out of your hips. You want to lower the back knee, perfectly okay. Hand back down to the ground. Step the back foot all the way to the front. Fold forward here. Inhale, Ardha. Forward, up left. Exhale, release. Inhale, take it to the top. Exhale, release heart center. We're going to add to that. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands. Step the left foot back. Lower the back knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Interlace the fingers. Reach up with the fingers, and then a small bow back. Upward back bend. Great. Bring the hands down to the ground. We're going to step it back to the top of the push-up. Chaturanga if you want to, or down dog. Now from down dog, for your left foot, lift it nice and high. Up as high as your hip. Think about your inseam, the inseam of your leg. Someone's pulling you from the inseam of the leg. And reaching through your feet. Let's open up that hip and the knee. Stand your hips. Beautiful. Make sure that you're opening up the knees and your shoulders are in line with each other. Square the hips, stand the leg. We're going to step that foot all the way through between the hands. You're in your runner's lunge. Option to bring that back knee down to the ground. Just going to hover the fingertips as we lift the upper body about halfway. One more breath here. And the hands down to the ground. Step the back foot all the way to the front. Inhale hard and gaze forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up. As we exhale, we fold forward, swan dive, flat spine. Step the right foot back. With the knee. Anchor your toes. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Interlace the fingers. Take an inhale here, feel yourself reach up, and then opening up. Trying to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Then bringing the hands down to the ground. Take it back, top of the push-up. Be on your knees, remember. And then downward facing dog. Come to the dog, find your breath. Next inhale, lift that right leg. Insert that we talked about before, bend the knee, step your hips. Really kick yourself in the butt with that right heel. Take it back to center, square your hips, stand that knee, and then slowly bring that foot all the way to the front. Beautiful. Same option as before to bring that back knee down to the ground. Hover your fingertips. Keep the belly away from the thigh. Feel the crown of the head reaching forward. Send the right hip back. One more breath. Exhale, send the hands down. Step it all the way to the front, fold. Inhale hard up. Inhale, take it all the way to the top. Beautiful. We're going to take a big step so that our right toes are pointing to the front. So take a big step. We're going to prepare ourselves for warrior two. Okay, so make sure that alignment of your feet is correct. Heel to arch. The back foot needs to be completely planted. So if you feel that you're rolling onto the inside, good. Now from here, we're going to generously bend that front knee. We haven't done anything with the arms yet, so we're going to set the lower body first. Now on the hips, it's very common to think that the hips are going to be looking exactly in front of you. They're not. They're a little bit turned to the side. Why? So you can open up your knee towards your pinky. Awesome. Now we incorporate the arms. You're gazing into that middle finger, front arm. Let's bring a little bit of a flow to this pose. Inhale, stand the front knee, arms to the sky. Exhale, back into warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Strong warrior two. Don't forget about that back foot. Inhale, take it to the top. Exhale, warrior two. Leave your arms here. extend the front knee. We're going to move into a triangle pose. So if you want to bring that back foot and heel toe closer to the front, if you have a block, something near you, want to use it, go ahead. Begin to reach with your right fingers. Don't reach forward. Just directly towards in line with your leg. And then when you cannot reach anymore, lower that right hand down to your block or to the ground. To be able to turn the upper body, you have to send that top shoulder back. So as you send that left shoulder back, then you can open up the arm to the sky. Keep a micro bend on that front knee, or a lot of bend on that front knee if you need it. Don't lock your knees. I want you to press the ground away with your feet. We usually have about 5 breaths here. Even when we're static, the pose is always changing because the body's getting into the stretch. Breaths. Slowly take it up to the top. Don't lower your hands. You can keep the arms where they are, keep them where they are. Both feet are going to be pointing to the front. Beautiful. Bring the hands to your waist. Just going to step it to the top of the mat. Step it. Now as we step it, we're going to move into our balance pose. We're going to move into our tree pose. Right leg, extending legs to shift your weight onto your right leg before you do anything else. If you feel that you need something to hold on to, perfectly okay. If you have a couch, you have something to hold on to. If not, and you know how your tree looks, and begin to slide that left foot. High as it'll go. Make a fist with the right butt cheek. And then decide what to do with the arms. They can stay heart center. They can be extended. Find a little bit of stability here. Even if you feel very wobbly, find that point where you feel that you can hold on to maintain this pose. And keep breathing. Doesn't matter how high your foot is. Trick here is to connect everything so we can balance. Release the pose. Then we're going to take another step. You can take the step now with your right foot back. I'm going to keep the same one so that I can be facing you. I'm just going to be doing it on the other side. Okay, let's set our feet. Set our feet for warrior twos. Never be in a hurry to move into your warriors. Begin to bend that front knee, that back foot. And then when you're ready, open up your arms. Now focusing on the upper body this time, make sure that you're able to relax the shoulders. And as you relax the shoulders, maybe you can bend that front knee a little bit more. Introduce our little flow here. Inhale, take it to the top. Exhale, back into warrior two. Inhale, up. Exhale, full exhale. Full inhale to the top. Full exhale. Over here. Maybe a little bit deeper into a warrior two. Keep the arms where they are for now. Extend that front knee. Both feet are pointing to the front. Excellent. No, we're not. Keep the left toes pointing out. Yes. Let's move into our triangle first. Yes. Begin to reach, reach, reach. Left fingertips reach forward and then down. Keep the right hand down on your hip and roll that right shoulder back. Then extend the arm. Second side, could be a different feeling. Press the ground away. Maybe your thighs are screaming at you on this side, because you're tighter on this side. Maybe it's your shoulder or your back. Allow that feeling to come. So in this pose, we're actively reaching front of the head forward and the hip back. I want you to get that feeling of actively reaching with your limbs in opposite direction, with your hip and the crown of the head in opposite direction. Micro bending that front leg. A big inhale, take it to the top. Now both feet are going to point to the front. Bring your hands to your waist. Let's step it to the back of the mat. Now our left leg is our standing leg as we come into our tree pose. So begin to shift your weight onto the left. As I said, doesn't matter how far up your foot is. Just avoid your knee. Never press against your knee. If you feel comfortable here, you want to challenge yourself, maybe sliding a little bit further up. Open up the knee to the side. Make that fist with the left buttocks. So you give a little bit of a lift here. That's strong. 2 more breaths. Release this pose. And turn to the front. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fall forward. Let's walk the hands to find our down dog. As we come into down dog, take a deep inhale, lift your right leg nice and high. As you exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Even and plant that back foot coming into warrior one. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Heel to heel alignment. Make sure that your hips can turn to the front. Beautiful. When your hips cannot turn to the front anymore, then your shoulders finish up the pose. Gonna be folding now to the front to bring the hands to your waist. Several options for this pose. So extend the front knee. We're coming to our triangle. Hips are in line with each other. You can make a prayer or reverse prayer that looks like this. You can hold onto your elbows, or you can bring your fists together. If you cannot do the prayer much, we'll appreciate if you hold onto your elbows. Good. Now from here, open up the chest, square your hips, exhale, fall forward just halfway. As you fall forward halfway, again, we have those opposing forces. Crown of the head is reaching forward. Send the right hip back, the left hip forward. Press the ground away with your feet. Again, that lift. Take another inhale here, and as you exhale, fall forward all the way. Maybe bringing the hands down to the ground. We're going to try to keep that spine straight. So we're not curving the spine this time. We're keeping the spine straight. And the crown of the head is reaching for the ground. Beautiful. One more breath here. We're gonna come up halfway. So fingertips on the ground, we're gazing forward. We're stepping that back foot a little bit further back into our runner's lunge. So adjust your feet. Option again to bring that back knee down to the ground, coming up into our crescent warrior. So as you inhale, lift the arms up, crescent warrior. The back knee can be bent to allow the spine to be nice and long. You can extend it. Generously bend that front knee. Then your arms up. We're going to be twisting. Palms come to the heart center. Open up as you inhale. Exhale. Twist it. Elbow to the other side or to the top of that right knee. Allow your hands to remain on heart center because then your shoulders not going to come all the way down to your thigh. We don't want that. And when you find your exhale, a little bit more. Pull that left hip now. Let's not collapse it. Press the hands together. Bring the hands down to the ground. We're going to step it back or plank pose. Now, from here, we're going to lower to our forearms. We're going to keep that right forearm down. Your knees can be on the ground or off the ground. Your choice. We're just going to be turning. So opening up, engaging the side body here, and then opening up that left hand. This is too much. You can always bring that top foot to the front. Keep that left fingertips down to the ground. Just one more breath. Smile, relax your face. Then take it back to center. Just move into a Sphinx pose. Elbows right underneath the shoulders. Gaze forward. Keep the heels touching if possible. Now we're going to send it back to a down dog. Same position as before. If you want to take it, first child's pose, and then down dog. Inhale, lift the left foot. Exhale, step it all the way between the hands. Even implant the back heel, heel to heel alignment. Inhale, sweep the arms up. 1. Bring the hips to the front, bring the shoulders to the front. One more breath here. Bring the hands by your waist, stand the front knee. Square your hips with your hands. Adjust your feet. Same option as before with the hands. Inhale, open up your chest. Exhale, fold halfway. This is the perfect spot. Check on the hips. And before we continue to fold, press the ground away with the feet. Take an inhale and then fold forward all the way. As I said before, maybe bringing the fingertips down to the ground. Send the shoulders back, allowing for the long spine. We have one more full breath cycle here. Then we're moving on. And then that front knee. Remember that we're coming back into our runner's lunge. Ensure that your belly is nice and engaged away from the thigh. Get option to bring that back knee down if you needed to, if you need to. If not, strong inhale, rise up. Take it to the top. Breathe through your middle fingers here. Keep the chest nice and contracted. So don't pop up your chest. Your ribs are kind of hugging in. Bring the palms to our center. Take a big inhale, open up the chest, exhale, twist. The twists are always the poses that as we hold on to the pose, we're able to come a little bit deeper. Exhale, we can turn a little bit more. You can look up. A little bit of balance here. You can look to the front, down. Your choice. the hands down to the ground. Step it back. Let's take it to the top of the push-up. Then it's your choice, chaturanga or down dog. As you come to your down dog, let's take an inhale, shift into your plank pose. Lower to your knees. Lower to your elbows. And we're going to be taking our side plank on this side. So the left arm is going to stay down. And turn, open up, right arm to the side. One more breath. Take it all the way back to your plank pose. You can do a chaturanga if you want to. If not, just a down dog. Beautiful. Now from your down dog, we're going to be moving into a pigeon pose. So you can take it from down dog, or I'm going to take mine from tabletop. Okay? So from tabletop, you take your right foot, step it between your hands. Then what you're going to do, you're going to begin to walk that right foot to the left, and then let the knee fall. Now your back knee is bent. You decide, this is your pose, this is your pose. If you want to come into the full expression, then you bring the hips off the ground, making sure that the top shin is almost parallel to the edge of your mat. And I always have a little blanket too, from where my hips are tight, that I can set underneath my right hip in this case. Make sure that your back toes are pointed exactly behind you, so your back leg is not over here or over here. Take a big inhale, open up the chest, and as you exhale, begin to walk the hands forward any amount, wherever you find the stretch. You can come all the way down to the ground. If up here you find the stretch, then this is your pose. Beautiful. So we're holding this pose for about 4 more breaths. Sometimes it helps for me if I hold on to my left foot in this case, so that the shin doesn't begin to slide down. Take it all the way to the top. We're going to take this into a twist. So both legs in front of you. Take that left foot and cross it. We're going to hug with the right hand. Take that left hand back. If bringing that foot across the knees too much, you can always set it on the inside. I have to cross it. Again, it's a little more top, all the way to center. We're going to send the hips back either into a down dog. If you came to your pigeon pose from down dog, take it again. If not, from your tabletop, again, step that left foot between the hands. If you have something nearby, maybe a cushion or a blanket or a pillow, set it to your side. Begin to walk the foot to the right and lower the hips. So this is another vantage point to you guys to watch, that your hips need to be in line with each other. So don't be in a rush. Chin parallel to the front, nice and tall with the upper body, and then begin to lower down any amount, maybe to your elbows, Take a moment to make sure that the toes on that right foot are pointing directly back and that your heel is not opening to the side. You're not rolling on your knee. Allow the shoulders to be nice and soft. And then slowly, let's take it up all the way to the top. Let's go crazy now. Bring your feet to the front. Let's take it to the twist. Same choice as before. The foot either on the inside or the outside. And now we're just going to twist. Very light on the back fingertips. Arm around. Let's do that. All that come back to center. Take it all the way back. So just where we started. Back on our mats. Bring the knees to the chest. You're going to bring your hands on top of your knees, on your kneecaps. And then you're just going to open and close, and you're doing small or big circles. One last one, this direction, and then switch it around. This one here, knees to the chest. Keep the right knee again close to the chest. Stand the left leg nice and long, heels on the ground. Stand the right knee so that your heel is reaching towards the sky. You're going to walk your hands further up your leg. Maybe bringing the shoulders off the mat. Bringing the shoulders off the mat doesn't work for you today. You don't have to do it. Once you have brought onto the leg, then let's gently pull that leg for you. Trying to keep the knee micro bend. We're unlocking the knee here. Maybe there's a little bit of trembling. Making sure that that left leg is very much engaged. Good. Now if your shoulders are off the ground, lower the shoulders. Bend the knee and let's take it to a half happy baby here. So open the knee towards your armpit and then reach for the outer edge of the right foot. Or you can make a hook and hook your knee with your arm. Just making sure that it's not center facing, more towards the armpit. Your flex is nice and long. There's dynamics to change the legs, so bring the left knee in, extend the right leg nice and long. Let's extend that left leg to the side. Walk the hands up. Same choice as before to keep the shoulders down. Get them off the ground and gently pull. Maybe as you're pulling your leg, your shoulders are kind of relaxed. Lower the shoulders, bend the knee, open it up towards your armpit. Find your happy baby on this side.
even though this is a middle class, we have been moving for almost 55 minutes now. This is the perfect time for you to begin to unwind and set up yourself for your most important goals of the day. So with that, I'm just going to let you extend both legs nice and long on your mat and find the pose that works for you this morning. If the legs extended work for you, great. If not, maybe you want to come into a reclining butterfly or Konasana pose. You want to take some space on the mat and into this 5-point star. We're so used to being within our little line, space, especially now. But sometimes we just need a little space to expand and reach. We have that intention that to your mind's eye at the beginning of class. Maybe bring it back into your mind's eye. Get it as clear as possible. And then just let it go. Let go of any control of the mat. Just waking up from this beautiful slumber. Let's give ourselves a good morning stretch. Reaching the arms overhead, the feet touch. Really finding some extension on your back here. Then at your own pace, to release that pose, come into a seated pose on top of the mat. And bringing your palms to heart center, softening your face, allowing a smile to color your face today. May this little bit of joy that you created, that you transformed this morning with beautiful movement, guide you through the day today. Thank you for the opportunity to lead your practice. Namaste. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.